Guys, what's going on? Legion Rudy here playing more RuneScape Dragonwilds. Welcome to our daily gaming XP grind, episode 98. So, we believe through Discord, we've actually found where we're going to find Blurite ore. And it's going to take us a minute to load in here. I don't know why this place has lag. I don't think I really have anything in here that would stop us from really loading in. We might be too close to the Titanic right here. I'm not sure. But once we do load in, we're going to run in here and see if we can't find ourselves some blurite ore, or blurite ignates is what they're called, I believe. So just got to wait for this to load in, and then we're going to go check it out. So quite crazy that this is the only known location currently. But like I said, it's probably better that certain things are kind of scarce, like the shrapnel. I think that's just from a deflection of your arrows when you're fighting, and it just sort of lands in your inventory, or potentially even when you're working on smithing. It seems like I got some like that as well. Also, reports of Quorum coming from Garu packs. Maybe you get them faster that way rather than using the Goblin packs because they're a little bit higher. But like I stated, I'm trying to keep all my Garu and Goblin packs for seeds for farming. So obviously having poisoned arrows is really cool, but I don't really think we needed it for any of the current monsters or creatures in the game currently. Except if you have to go fight Velgar and you haven't actually fought Velgar yet, that potentially could help you if you were going to use range as your method to fight. That could actually be beneficial. So let's go ahead and see if we can find ourselves some blurite. So it looks like these Vault Guardians did not respond in this dungeon. Oh my gosh, they did. There was lag, and there's more than that one. So here they all come at me. That's ridiculous. So now we've got to hope that we can get them all without dying. I think there's even something I can do right now to sort of enchant my bow so I can do a little bit more damage. But right now is not the time to try that, as obviously I'm being attacked by 2 Vault Guardians, or 1 Vault Acron. So he's obviously got more life, so I got to be a little bit more careful. I believe there's even some rats in there that maybe they potentially didn't spawn. But this is enough to deal with right now anyway, so I really don't want to have to deal with any more. So this is a bit of a slow battle, but you can see here there's not much to it really as far as trying to aim with the crossbow. So I actually really like this, preferred to the bow really itself. I've never really been a crossbow person. It's not really that. It's just I like usually would have preferred to use a bow and arrows, but for some reason I just like the crossbow, which is actually really cool because that means I get to experience that when I normally probably wouldn't have. If I liked the bow more, I probably wouldn't really use this all that much. The crossbow, that is. So I was told there's blurite here. Somewhere in here. So let's hope we can find it. I've got no idea what it looks like. That's the number one thing. But let's go ahead and see. Maybe I misread. Maybe it's not in here. Maybe it's on the way in, but I do believe it said in here. So now we're going to be killing a lot of creatures to try to find this. So if I go through this whole dungeon, and it turns out then it's actually not in here, that's actually really going to be disappointing. Well, I guess we are getting range XP, so maybe we can get like a level or so. So we're still working on progressing towards max. Ah, this is a bummer. This is brutal. This is going to take some time. Really hoping blurite ore's in here. We are getting vault shards though, so obviously that's going to be really important. Let's take a look. Looks like we're getting enchanted bolts back. So I guess you pick them up off the ground while you're fighting with them. We've got 2 of these guys right here. So hopefully we don't die while we're in here. Just trying to find blurite ore or ignates. This is crazy. All this just to get like this ignite or ore that just happens to be in one dungeon that's known currently. And I haven't even been able to find it. Hopefully it's in here. I don't even know what I'm looking for. But we are getting lots of good resources, so that's a good thing. Let's see. Blurite. Let's see if we can't find the blurite. Oh boy. Lot of work just to get one thing. Let's see. I've got no idea of even where I'd want to look. I could see the traps being the thing that kills me though, honestly. Let's go take a look under here and see what I might be able to find. It's been a while since I've used crouch. Let's see. This is terrible. All this just to find blurite ore, or whatever it's called. I've got loads of dwell berries. I guess we can pick all that up. That gives us a little bit of cooking XP. So, I mean, maybe the tip that I got was actually wrong. Because this is terrible. I've got no idea what we're going to do. If that's in fact not where it is. Lots of bad guys in there. I don't think it's that way. So we're going to have to fight our way just to get this. This is just terrible. And I don't even know if it's in here. I feel like we would have already found it by now. But we are going to be getting ranged XP, which is going to be quite nice. But we've got multiple of these guys coming at us now. So hopefully we don't die in a process. It's terrible. That hurt a lot too. We're probably going to die here. Ridiculous. And if we survive, that would be quite nice. But obviously, I'm just trying to find a blurite. And I've got no idea where it is. I don't know. I've got to recharge my life a little bit. I'm not really ready to go back into battle again. And that will actually trigger both of those. So let's see, maybe... I guess there's no special ability with the crossbow. This is terrible. Here comes another one. We're not quite ready for him, but we've killed this one, so maybe we'll be in a little better position since there's only one. I missed that shot. This is crazy. All this just to find blurite ore. But I'm hoping that with a little bit of luck, we can actually find some. The only real positive to this is that we're actually getting quite a bit of ranged XP while we're down here. And that we're hopefully putting ourselves in a position where we can actually get the blurite ore. And so far, we've had absolutely no luck. I guess I'll get these onions, make it a little bit more worth it. So, let's see where we might be able to find the blurite. Let's see. I guess we'll take this. It's going to take a lot of weight from our inventory, that's for sure. Don't really want that as... What's this? That's tin. So we're no closer to getting the blurite ore. That's for sure. Man, this is terrible. Let's see. We got another chest. We've got Harlander. Okay, let's see. No idea what it's supposed to look like. I mean, it could be down there. It could be anywhere. And I've got no idea. This is always a tricky part. This part of the dungeon. It's not fun. So if I die and I have a hard time getting around in here, that's going to really be unfortunate. Okay, let's take a look down here before we just decide to jump and then have to make our way. That looks like it's probably not that. Let's see. Maybe we can try to use this to get ourselves over there. I don't see it down there, but we're going to have to look a little better. But we just leveled up range. So we're level 39 now. There we go. This thing does quite a bit of damage. It just enchanted bolts, but let's see if we potentially... We got stone. So we've got no blurite so far. I feel like we would have really already found it by now. I'm not sure what's going on. Let's take a look down here. I don't see anything that would look like blurite ore. So let's go up here. I think this is actually just a little secret though. I don't think that's... Yeah, that's not really important. Let's try to go this way. Hopefully we can get out of this all alive. I mean, that's my next worry. And now I fell. This is where the fun begins. Just trying to get out of here. I guess, is going to be a challenge that I'm not looking forward to. Maybe there's just a quick way out. Oh, this is an exit right here. I think I can go. So it appears that we did not find any blurite, which was basically the whole reason that we came in here. Just trying to find some blurite ore. I thought there was like a secret here that I remembered. You can go through the wall. But no blurite. So maybe like potentially bad information was given. But this is terrible. Why would it be this difficult just to find blurite ore? Interesting. So, no blurite. And we did get a level in range. So I think what we're going to do is go back to our base, probably work on cooking a little bit. But before we do that, we got to load in. And not just that. I actually want to sort of mine my way out of this cave a little bit. And potentially see if it might be on the outside. So maybe the intel was actually good. I've got no idea. This shouldn't take too long. Last time it didn't take that long. We're just going to have to wait and see. But quite frustrating. A new item comes out and you want to try to make it. And you can't because you can't actually find the item that you require to do so with. So a little bit frustrating. But hopefully we can figure this out. So let's see. Maybe potentially out here. I thought this was really cool, actually. You had to mine your way in. I thought that was really neat. So I don't see any out here either. So I've got no idea. Not like the slightest idea of how I'm going to get this. I can open a couple of Garu packs. I don't really want to, but I will, just because I want to see potentially if it can come from that. But I don't think that it would. I think that would be a little bit not cool. I think it's cooler when it actually comes from some sort of rock that you've got to mine. So I don't think it's actually that. But I don't know why the information would be wrong as to where it is. So let's go ahead and open up a couple of these really quick. I haven't had a warband attack my base in a really long time, and I'm not sure why that is. Ever since the update, it's just not happening. Maybe we'll get a quorum out of these. Also read that you could get them from the Garu packs as well. So, what did we just open, like 12? No quorum, just a little bit of rune essence. So, we're being defeated on all fronts. It's actually quite crazy. So, let's go ahead and work on cooking a little bit more, I suppose. I guess we could work on that. And in that way, at least we're getting a little bit more XP and still working towards our goal. But the XP from this does not really even seem that good, to be quite honest. It's actually quite terrible. But we already collected all of it, so we may as well just go through with it. We've got a lot of raw food that we can cook as well. But we're just trying to hit all of our targets right now. And we did get that range level, which was quite nice. We're just going to keep progressing and try to get XP and try to get levels in range and ultimately prepare ourselves more for when Valhalla comes to the game. I feel like very interesting how I'm not getting in warbands. But I believe there's usually 12 soldiers. So that's 12 chances if I was to open up all those to potentially get a quorum. But currently right now I've got, very horrible rates of getting quorum when opening up goblin packs. And if they do in fact come from Garu packs, we've got no success with that. But obviously, there we go. We've got a warband. So I guess we'll try to use range. It'll give us a little bit of XP. And then, but there we go. So there's quite a bit of units coming in right now. So let's see if we can blast them all. They're like a low level too. So I wonder how much damage. It's not really that much. I feel like this is not the way to go about this. We've got a lot going on, actually. We might be able to get another piece of shrapnel, though. That would be quite nice. This is a very slow way to do this. And I missed my shot. So that's not good. That was a one-shot kill. That was quite nice. This is just one of the units. There's obviously the second unit that's going to be coming. I'm getting a little bit of XP. Nothing crazy. Right to the face. Okay, let's go. Okay, that's the first wave. They're all dead. So now they're going to send a secondary wave, and this one's going to be a little bit more tricky. Let's go ahead and use our bow with our poisoned arrows. Let's go ahead and see. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. The effect on that is actually really neat. I can't jump. My inventory's full, but we're doing quite a bit of damage. I think we're going to have to switch because we're going to die if we don't. So we might die either way now because we waited too long to switch. Alright, so we've got one left, but we obviously don't have another hit left in us, so we died. It's not really that big of a deal. The only reason we died is because we were using range. It's unfortunate. Not really that worried about it. I thought it was kind of interesting to do it, but ultimately it cost us our life. I didn't realize we moved that far away from our base to do all that as well. That's quite crazy. Let's do this. Alright, so he's dead, and let's see. So there's still so many things I've got no answer for. Like, where the Blue-Eye Ore is, basically how to get quorum at more of an effective rate. But overall, for the most part, I think we're pretty much figuring everything else out. So I can't really complain, because obviously things are going quite nice. Just trying to pick this up, but it's too close to the ash log, so it won't let me. So let's get back to working on cooking. We got to put this stuff away. We've really got to organize our base. It's really out of control at this point, and we sort of really let things get kind of crazy. So I guess we'll try to open these up. But also, if you noticed, they let you open up packs faster now. They never used to let them open up that fast. So that's actually quite a nice little update right there as well. I'm not sure how many people noticed it. I'm just noticing it myself. So let's go ahead and put these waters in here. But at least we took care of the warband. It seems like they might have added a little bit time in between when you're getting attacked by the warbands. But I'm not sure. They should just make this 99 to put in here. But they actually will be, I guess, what is it, October? Because then it's going to be a 1-to-1 ratio. But it just seems a little bit weird to have it be where you have one left in your inventory. It's a little bit nonsense, I suppose. So I'm going to let all that finish up. And then, I don't know, I'm going to pick up these goblin packs really quick here. And then get a little bit more XP in cooking. Oh my gosh, our cooking potion's not active. Why not? What happened? Did I walk away too fast and I actually didn't even get any of the extra XP from all the other stuff that I cooked? That's unfortunate. So we've got quite a bit of these on the ground over here. We're going to go pick those up. We've got to build more chests for our clean water as well. And since it's going to be a little bit since everything's going, maybe we can do that really quick as well. Let's see. I thought I already... That's right. I've already kind of started using this one, so I think I'll just use that. Now we've got quite a bit of work behind the scenes to get our base all tidied up, which takes quite a bit of time, but obviously we've talked about it before. When you play the game as much as we do, these things are going to happen. We've just got to find out how to get Blue-Eye Ore. But look at that, we've got a quorum. So when we opened up the goblin packs, we must have actually got one. It's quite nice how rare they are. Obviously, not for the fact that you're going to have to kill a ton of goblins to get more quorum. But I believe that they will change that in the game. But I hope they sort of don't. But I see them sort of doing that. I don't really see them keeping it the way that it is. Just because it's a little bit ridiculous. That means somebody would have to kill a ridiculous amount of goblins to actually get how many quorum they might want to if they like to use ranged arrows that are poisoned. But they're actually really cool, and they have a very cool graphical while you're doing it. I wonder if you can enchant the arrows while they're poisoned as well. So that would make them even more deadly. But, so these couple more items are going to be doing in cooking, and once they're done, we're basically going to be doing an XP update and probably calling it a day. I feel like we got quite a bit done. We got a level in range. We went to a dungeon, sort of checked it out, looked for Blue-Eye Ore, but we came up empty on that. But I'm not sure what we're gonna do for Blue-Eye Ore. It's got to be out there. It's just really, where is it at? And are we just potentially missing it because we don't know what it looks like? So we don't know what to look for. Lots of questions with little answers, but we're going to do our research and we will continue the quest for Blurite ore. And we will find it. It's just going to take some time. But we're almost done with cooking the rest of our dirty water, and then we're going to do an XP update and send you guys on your way. Crazy. So many resources. I wonder by the time Fellow comes to the game, how many chests I'm going to have, how much stuff I'm going to have. So many questions, things I wonder. I guess we can open up these. We're not doing anything else right now. Why not? Let's see if we can get another quorum. So no quorum. I don't know. So much stuff to organize, so many things I want to get looking a certain way. It looks like they've got some really cool things they're going to be adding to construction later on. Potentially a library you can build and all sorts of different things. So I think that's all really cool. So anyway, basically, as always, we hope you guys are enjoying our content. Let's do our XP update. 313,000 attack XP, 13,855 ranged XP, sitting at level 39. Woodcutting 1,001,000 XP, construction 2,013,000 XP. I said it right, 2,013,000 XP. Runecrafting 851,000 XP, magic 122,000 XP, mining 4,171,000 XP, artisan 4,115,000 XP, and cooking 335,423 XP. So we're gonna go grab this really quick. That's gonna give us a little bit more XP. But basically, we're making incredible progress in our journey and our road to max. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying the new update and are watching our content. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying that as well, watching our content. But yeah, hopefully, you guys are enjoying your journey in RuneScape Dragonwilds. And we're going to be making another episode tomorrow. So until next time, Legion Looter out.